Hi YouTube, this is Amy, the Witch of Love and Light, and today we're going to be having an oracle card reading from the African Goddess Rising Oracle. It's a 44 card deck with guidebook. It is by Abrams. Abiola Abrams, which I'm probably messing up her name, and I apologize if I do that. I shuffled the deck prior to. Little disclaimer, I don't know if it's okay for me to use the African Goddess deck, since I am not African. I am English, Irish, German, French. I don't necessarily call myself white because there's no such thing as white land. There is England, and there is Germany, and there is France, and so on and so forth. So I do not have African in me. I have a lot of friends and followers that are and some that I don't know of that could be African Americans. So this is for the people of color that have African heritage in their lineage. So I am offering this with the utmost respect, and I am not trying to do any cultural appropriation or anything like that. I am just sharing me and hopefully touching someone's heart. So I already shuffled prior to the video, and today we have a Bol Nimba. It says Harvest under her name, and this is the card. It's very pretty, very colorful. And today we're just going to read from the guidebook and then to talk about it. So, a Bol Nimba, goddess of harvest, from Baga and Guinea. The temple is the high priestess's. Element is water. A Bol is a Baga fertility goddess, and Nimba is her living spiritual healing mask. Together they embody the sacred feminine and abundance. A Bol Nimba's guidance. Give thanks. It is harvest time. Pay attention. A season of great harvest is a season of great epiphanies. You are prospering. Embodiment. Harvest is when you reap the blessings that you have sown. The harvest is not just the fulfillment of your dreams, but the creation of them. Your thoughts, your imagination, the blessing of you being here another day on earth, that is all harvest. What seeds of generosity, love, support, and goodwill can you sow in your community to create a bountiful harvest for all? Goddess Declaration. We are prospering. So this is pretty fitting in today's time and climate. We are potentially going to be in a recession. Well, we are actually already in a recession, but it could possibly be getting worse. So harvest, community, this is something that is of utmost importance. Do you have a garden? Do you have a means of feeding yourself? Do you have a means of getting the supplies that you need? And I don't mean to cause panic or anxiety or anything like that. This card is saying that you need to harvest what you have. You need to bring in a harvest. You need to do this not only for yourself, but for your community. It is calling for community action. And if we are preparing for ourselves, we could also be spreading the word that people need to stock up on some extra food items. Supply chain is pretty questionable right now. The gas prices have almost doubled, and diesel prices are through the roof, and the big trucks that are trucking in all of our supplies, it's getting more and more difficult for them to do so. So we need to think about that. We need to start preparing, start a harvest, start a garden. I did start a garden. It's not doing so great, and I think it's the compost that I bought. The seeds will germinate and then they die off. I don't quite understand, but I've replanted several things, some things successfully and others not. But I am trying to get food to put away for scarcer times. And it may not happen. Maybe the supply chains will continue to provide us with what we're used to getting at the stores. But just be forewarned that this is not necessarily going to be the case. And when we look at her, we see that she has many things around her. She is abundant. So we need to have that abundant mindset. And even though we are falling on times that we may not be abundant in material things, there are other things that we can be abundant in. We can be abundant in our happiness. We can choose to be happy despite what is going on in our life. We can choose to be We can be abundant in our family, in our friends, in our community. We can be abundant in our generosity. We can have abundance just by being that person that is willing to help others and willing to lend a hand. I mean, it's not necessarily you need to be generous in giving people material things. You may need to be generous in giving of yourself, giving your help, giving your skills that maybe someone needs. My husband, for example, the other day, I think it was yesterday, he went out and did some weed eating, not just at our house, but he went over to a friend's house that is unable to do that herself and weed eated for her. And in the process, someone saw him doing that and asked if he was in the business of weed eating, and he explained that he was just doing a favor for a friend. And the woman asked if he could please weed eat her house too, because she needed to have the weed eating done in order to get her security deposit back because she was moving. So he did it for her. He did it for her for free. These are the things that we may be able to do for others that they are unable to do for themselves. So just keep that in mind as well. So get your harvest ready. Harvest can be in many areas. Harvest can be just harvesting relationships, harvesting the relationship you already have, harvesting new relationships that you can make, and building that community. I am trying to build a community with my YouTube channel. Like-minded individuals getting together, sharing their thoughts, having a place where they can feel like they're at home, and maybe realize that there are other like-minded people out there. Maybe they're afraid to be their authentic self in their beliefs, but in finding me, they may realize, hey, there's other people that feel the same way. So again, community, harvest, generosity. Live a life that you can be proud of, and that you can not just do for yourself, but do for others. I'm giving you something to think about. Maybe you'll put it into action. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss anything I put out, and the like button, which tells YouTube that my content is appreciated, and also the notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out. Also, if you would like to add a comment, let me know what you think of this new deck. Let me know your thoughts on the content of this video, what you think, what you're doing for community, what you're doing for generosity, what you're doing to make yourself feel abundant and be abundant, what you're doing, what you're harvesting. Put a comment below. Let me know. Let's build this community. Let's talk amongst ourselves. And again, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.